What is up, everybody? It's Keith Mitchell here, PAX East 2024, representing the Outerhaven production, and I have a friend here who I wanted to talk to for very long, but regarding a certain game here that we'll get to in a couple of seconds. This man is Sean, and he is a man of many talents, wears many hats.
Just this one today, though. But this one.
So, before we get into it, I want to ask you, how has your PAX been so far?
It's been busy. We're a couple of laptops down, so with two screens, it's a bit stressful. But no, it's nice. First year without masks, I feel like people are a bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
We were here 2022, which was the first one after the whole COVID thing, and it was very strange.
You had to wear, you had to be, you had to have the jab, and the mask, everything, literally everything.
There was a sense of, I would say, unease, but we were here last year as well, and you can kind of feel that people are more, I guess, in a more happy vibe. Yeah. It's nice to see some of the indie developers around, a lot of new stuff I've not seen before, some stuff I'm familiar with, like the Twin Blood stuff and Halliday. So yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's jump into the deep end of the pool real quick. So, Deathbound is an upcoming Soulslike game, and it's something that is completely different than from the Soulslike games I played. Now, I played many Soulslike games. I'm pretty sure you have as well. We're wearing a Bloodborne shirt there. So, you're a fan of these games. So, where did this party system come from? Because it's so completely different. Yet at the same time, it works if you have a great understanding of it. And once it clicks, it fleshes out so well. Where did this come from?
So developers from Brazil, Trialforge, they wanted to, because they played a lot of Soulslike. And I think when you see someone that, it's similar like music or film, when you've seen so much, you consume so much of one genre, you kind of want to have your imprint. So you take influences, but you don't want to be directly just doing what they do. And what they did was very similar. They saw what was out there, they enjoyed what they saw, and they thought, well, what can we do to combine things we like about this in a different way? And that's where the party system came from. You're not controlling one character, you're not just equipping different armor, different weapons. You're essentially equipping different characters. They combine them together in a party. And you could choose from a fairly large selection, all with different playstyles, different stats. It really is a pretty varied variety of characters. Not just in terms of how they play, but also the characters themselves. It's diverse. The developers want to reflect their experiences upbringing in Brazil. And that's why you see a huge variation of characters in terms of their identities, their agendas, their race, and also who they are, what they represent.
I'll be honest, the first time I played this game during Steam Next Fest, it drove me crazy because I couldn't grasp the concept of, okay, I have 4 characters, but they all share the life pool.
Yes.
But yet, if I need to heal my character, I'm essentially taking life away from my other characters, and then I have to attack to get their health back, and I was like, what? This makes no sense. I've never seen something like this. But again, once I started playing the game I think I played that demo for at least a good 10, 12 hours, not lying, it clicked. It really clicked. So it was like, and it's not just the characters, it's just the level design. There's a lot of verticality. There's a lot of things that you didn't see early on as, say, Dark Souls 1 and 2, but then you started seeing that in 3 or Bloodborne. Yep. So I'm happy to see that in the game. Tell me a little bit about this demo. What's different from this one compared to the Steam Next Fest demo? So
the Next Fest demo, it's pretty much the same content for the most part. We made some variations in item placement and also who's available to play. So in this demo, we have Mandilli, who's a capoeira fighter. It's a completely different approach to everyone else in terms of how they play. He's a strange mix of light and heavy combat. He's not really fitted one specific role. And that gives you this real access to kind of tilt how you want to approach the combat. If you want to be nice and light, you can stick to his fists. If you're nice and heavy, but still keep that range and that movement, then his feet are there. So, as I said, it's mostly the same, but the change when Dilly being there allows you to kind of approach it in a whole different way. And that kind of represents what we do with the game overall. If you want to approach the game in a very aggressive manner, you can choose the characters for that. You can choose what factions you're lining in your team, how you're going to build it. If you want to have something that's a bit more safe, let's say ranged, or some sort of solid defense, that's fine as well. But what we're really trying to do with Deathbound is make sure that anyone that plays it feels like they can build something and they can approach it in the way they want. There's nothing wrong with cheese it. You support that. Cheese the game.
You have to cheese Soulslike. Come on out. If you're not cheesing the Soulslike, you're not playing it right.
Yeah. We'd rather you cheese it and get some fun and get enjoyment out of the game than just be sat there frustrated trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong. In Deathbound, there is no wrong and there is no right. It's how you want to play it, and if it works for you, that's great. If it doesn't, then there's so many options for you to switch around until you find something that does work.
speaking of range, there's also something that I noticed that you guys did in this game compared to other games, and that was the mage, the caster. Basically, she didn't really have a mana pool. It was basically she can cast and cast and cast as much as she wanted to, but once she comes to a limit, she has to stop when she blows up. But at the same time, you can use that to your benefit because you can gas and gas and gas, especially if I want to ball. Like, all right, I'm just going to blow up next to you. You're going to take damage. I'm going to take damage. But it works to the end. And as whoever came up with that design, fantastic. I love it. I really love it.
It's sort of similar to, I don't know if you've played Vermintide.
Yes.
Vermintide 1 and 2, if you remember the caster, she does something very similar. If you overcast, she'll explode. So it's a little bit inspiration from that. This is just part of the game where every character feels different. They'll have their own kind of different perk, their own kind of different traits, as well as their own characteristics. As you know from the demo that you've played, each character comes from a certain faction. And when you're having with your party, if there's 2 matching, then you'll get a buff.
Yes.
If there's people that aren't matching, it's a debuff. And again, that opens up this wide meta. Combine that with the talent tree and the perk tree, and Deathbound is like, it's deep.
It is very deep, and that's nothing that drove me crazy as well, because I'm putting my characters around, and I'm like, wait, they don't like each other. Now I got this debuff that I really don't want, but at the same time, these 2 characters are happy, and I got this amazing buff, and so it's a lot of playing around with your party, who you want and who you don't want. Now, I'm not sure if you can answer or not, but how many characters will be ultimately in this game?
We'll say, just to be safe, but I can't say the exact amount, we'll say more than 5 and less than 15.
Okay.
I gotta be big.
That's fair enough. And we'll see this game released in 2024.
The plan is for a release this year. We don't have a specific release date just yet. I think everyone's pretty much aware of Elden Ring DLC and other Soulslikes that are coming out this year. We don't want to release in a super crowded market, because let's be real, everyone is already pressed for time to play games this year. It's ridiculous. But we're hoping definitely for this year.
Do me a favor. Do not release this game around the release date of Elden Ring or of this Talent Tree. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it.
I'm going to be off work when I'm playing Elden Ring, so he's going to do the work.
So, before we end this, I want to ask you, what is your favorite Souls-like?
It might be this one from Software. I don't even heard about though. It's this little exclusive that Sony kind of forgot about.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's called. I keep hearing people want to port it to PC.
Yeah.
I think it might be called Nightmare Creatures.
That was another one. That was a great one.
But Bloodborne. I think the overall setting. I prefer aggressive play, and that really promotes it. And there's something special about the weapon morphing. I don't know. I love the Souls-like.
Yeah. When that first came out, that had me. I was like, wow, I can do this and I can do this. But,
the monster design as well.
Yeah.
And if you like your kind of, we'll say, Elder God stuff, then it's right up your street. I love seeing the mind visions when you take the insight. And so the seeing stuff, with me, that's just the next level aim design, where you're encouraging people to do mechanic without them being aware of what's going on, and it snaps, and they're like, oh God. But on top of that, though, I gotta say Elden Ring as well. Elden Ring is one of the few times where I've played a game and I've truly felt that I've been on an actual adventure. I think everyone remembers the first time they go in the world and see that whole new city, and you're like, oh, this is not a game, this is a world.
I took off work for 2 weeks to play Outerhaven.
I think that's a good reason. That's a good reason.
I didn't do anything. My wife was like, what are you doing? Playing a game. Playing a game. Playing a game. You gotta know, no, I'm not doing anything. I'm playing the games. I'm still married, so it worked out.
I do it fairly often.
You took off. Good. No, I think we had enough. It was good talking to you, sir. I'll do that here. You got the mic in that hand. Looking forward to playing more of Deathbound. I know the demo for PAX East is here now. Yeah. I'll be playing it back in my hotel when I go back home. Is that going to stay there, or is that going away?
That's going to be live on Steam, I think, 2 weeks.
Okay.
We are going to be looking to release another demo later on. At the moment, obviously, we had Next Fest, we had this demo, and then we're going to release a more complete demo for a period. And we'll see. If people are liking what they're playing, then maybe we'll keep it there. Depends on the wish lists. The more wish lists, the more likely the demo is going to be staying there for a long time. We'll try and change the content with free. And if you need to follow any more about the game, keep an eye on the Steam page. We have devlogs, our social media, our Twitter, Discord game, Discord as well. And for content creators, we have a program I'm working.
So you're earlier, folks, if you want more of Deathbound, wishlist the game. They are watching us. They want to know what we think about the game. Go to Discord. Tell them on Twitter, like I have been. I'm pretty sure I'm sure that the people that are on Twitter are probably tired of me, but that's fine. Once again, this has been Sean. This has been Keith. We're at PAX East 2024. Thanks for watching. Fantastic, man.
Give that hand.